There's that fastball up around the letters. 2 strikeouts in the inning. Brings up the number 9 batter, Scott Sugden. Scott is junior catcher. Looks at a curveball, strike 1. Charles has been starting most of the batters out with a fastball. Here to the number 9 batter, he starts him out with the curve.
Go to the glove.
There's a fastball hit out to center field. In comes Blanchard. In comes Blanchard. He can't make the catch. He keeps it in front of him. He's tried for his second sliding catch of the day, but he couldn't come up with that one, and that'll go down as a base hit for the number 9 batter. Sugden on first base.
He gave it a pretty good try there. He came running in. He had to run in real hard because that was maybe, I'd say, 30 to 40 feet behind second base. And he had to come in, and he slid, but just couldn't quite come up with it. Did manage to keep it in front of him, like you said, allowing him only to stay at first, not get to second.
And I noticed he is playing a few steps deeper than he was the first inning after Cleveland's ball went into orbit, so to speak. Number 1 batter, Matt Leonard, swings at the first pitch from Charles, strike 1. Matt walked in the first inning, came around to score the first Charger run. Leonard is 3rd in the league in runs scored with 14.
Come on, John.
Fastball. Nobody able to do much of anything with Charles's fastball today. Curveball. Lopez keeps it in front of him, keeps the runner Sugden at first base. We've got 2 away. We're in the second inning. The score is Mountain View 2 and Wilcox 1.
Don't let him off the hook.
John Charles, the left-handed pitcher, at the belt. Fastball hit deep to center field. Blanchard in his tracks. Now he retreats a couple. So playing him just about right for that fly ball, and that will retire the side. No runs on 1 hit. 1 man left on. We played 1.5 at Mountain View High School. It's 2-1.
I think maybe Blanchard got the message from that Cleveland home run, was playing a little bit extra deep there. And he was in a perfect position, only had to go back about maybe 3-4 steps. He was in a perfect position to catch the ball.
Yeah, Charles started out the inning strong, striking out the first 2 batters. Sugden got that hard luck single. But Charles regained his composure and got the number 1 batter to fly out. We'll go to the bottom half of the second inning. Mountain View sends up their 6, 7, and 8 batters. Tom Kesselring, Roy Bishop, and Kelly Blanchard. Once again, I'll mention that you're watching Channel 30, your community television station. Channel 30, where you can learn about television and be a part of this technological marvel. In the space of my grandfather's life, he went from no radio to community television.
It's kind of a miracle, isn't it?
So guys like me can announce our own baseball games.
That's
it's
right.
Wonderful.
That's right. Well, technology in the last 50 to 75 years has increased at, I would have to say, exponential proportions.
Exactly. Tom Kesselring, number 12, no exponents on his back, hits the first pitch, pops it up on the right side of the infield. Tracy Hearn, the first baseman, calls for it, makes the catch. Here's Roy Bishop. And with our latest information, we have Roy coming into today's ball game batting .311. Not bad for a number 7 place hitter. That's good for 12th in the Santa Clara Valley. Now, what is it? How many RBIs is that, Frank? He's got?
Looks like 17 RBIs.
17 RBIs. And that's good for first place.
Well, it also helps when you're the number 7 hitter, because that means you have some guys hitting in front of you getting on base.
Yeah, but that's a little unusual. Of course,
Yeah.
Fred Apezzo, the coach of Mountain View, shakes up his lineup a little bit. He's got a real good hitter, number 8 hitter Kelly Blanchard, and Mike Lopez is no slouch either. He was 3 for 3 the last game we cable cast. Roy looks at a strike from Hernandez, evens the count at 1-1. 1 away in the second inning. Yeah, this outfield is definitely deep. But look at that right fielder. He's a good 4 to 5 steps deeper than he was in the first inning. Wind has died down a little bit with gusts. Here's a shot of Louis Maloney. He's the Wilcox right fielder. And with Hernandez working the outside corner of the plate, you might expect Bishop, the batter, to line one out to right field. So Maloney better be ready if that same pitching style is good for this pitch, and it is. Bishop hits it to the right side of the infield. Right side part is second base. That's good for the third Mountain View hit. Roy's average will step up a notch from 311. Good piece of hitting by Bishop. Hernandez working him on the outside corner, so rather than trying to pull the ball, he just went with it, met it, hit it right back up the middle. Brings up Kelly Blanchard with 1 away. Now the wind really picks up. Blanchard hits it up in that wind. In comes Maloney from right field. Out goes Franco, and it's Franco who makes the grab. Tough day for the infielders and outfielders.
Right then, as he hit that ball, the wind must have been gusting to 30 to 35 miles an hour. I mean, it was really blasting in there. It must have been quite an adventure. Bishop, number 17, had to go halfway, and it was real questionable as to whether he was going to catch that or not, and Bishop had to be heads up to get back to first.
Well, here's number 19, right-handed batting, Mike Lopez, with a runner at first base and 2 away. I'd expect him to take a pitch and try and get Bishop down to second. He doesn't. He offers at the first pitch a tailing fastball from Joel Hernandez. That's what I would have liked to have seen Blanchard done. Give Bishop a chance to get down to second base, or maybe a pass ball or a stolen base. Then you got a runner in scoring position, and a base hit is going to score him. Otherwise, you still have that double play potential.
Come on, Mike.
Pitch on the outside corner. Nice pitch from Hernandez. 0-2 to Lopez.
Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike.
Flow pitch can manage to get one down the right field line.
Bishop's going. The throw down to the second baseman is offline. I think it may have hit Roy. And he's into second base. I could have told you that. Mike Lopez looked at least 3 or 4 times down to Fred Apezzo. And it looked like Wilcox had also noticed that the pitch was delivered outside, almost like a pitch out, and they nearly got him. If the throw hadn't tailed toward right field, they would have had him easily.
It was also very low, making it very hard for the catcher to pick it up. Actually, the catcher had to almost make a stop on that one as opposed to a pitch-out catch.
Now a base hit will score Bishop from second. Lopez, a batter, 1-2. Fastball, he swings through at it, misses. Picked up by Sugden, and that's the inning. First strikeout by Hernandez. He came in today's ball game with 29, perhaps more if he picks some up over the weekend's ball games. We played 2 complete now at Mountain View. The score is still 2-1. Mountain View with the lead. Well, so far, I hope you've enjoyed today's ball game. Once again, this is the championship ball game. These 2 clubs playing for the title. We're talking about the Santa Clara Valley Athletic League. High school conference comprising several Division II, III, and IV schools in this valley, of which Jack London and other famous authors have written. You remember reading some of the Jack London stories? I read them back in Coldo, Ohio, about the sunny Santa Clara Valley.
Oh, yeah?
Finally made it out here.
I don't remember that. All I remember was, wasn't it the East Bay? I thought he was in Oakland that he did all that.
Well, the story about his dog Buck,
Oh, yeah?
the famous sled dog Buck, was written about the Santa Clara Valley.
Is that right? Sled dog in Santa Clara Valley.
Yeah, he went. He started his life here, and then he moved on up. And of course, we're talking about that fine work of art.
Do we remember the name of that fine work of art?
I want to say White Fang, but it's not White Fang.
Yeah.
It's the other one. It's about sled dogs in Alaska.
Yeah.
The great.
Outdoors?
I want to say the Great White North, but it's not. We'll think about that.
Great outdoors.
That's your trivia question for
all right.
for those of the audience who have gone along with us on this.
There are probably many of these players.
In-between bit of trivia.
Many of these players that probably know the answer to
We
that
could probably,
question.
yeah, they probably have done some compositions. Well, I don't know if this batter has. Scott Hoshi, number 9, he's the shortstop. He walked back in the first inning. Maybe we'll get a chance to talk to him a little later about this. John Charles is your left-handed pitcher. He's on the mound for his 3rd inning of work. Oh, now I feel silly for not being able to call it to mine. Of course, it's called the Call of the Wild.
Yes.
So we won't even let you have an inning to figure that one out. John 1-1. Pitch swung on, hit down the right field line. It's going to drift out of play. Drops just behind the fence.
That's good reaction, John. He looks good. That's good.
Hoshi, 15 runs scored, is good for 2nd place in the Santa Clara Valley Athletic League. Two-strike pitch, swung on, popped down the left field line. Bishop shades his eyes, plays for it, can't grab it. He loses it in the sun. I'm not sure he ever really got a good beat on that one. He overran it, and then he went too far with it. He drifted and drifted and drifted toward the out-of-play line, and then it tailed back away from him. Tough play, tough chance.
Hoshi really skied that one, and it was right in the sun for him. And I think that he was just having a lot of difficulty fighting the sun and the wind.
Curveball up high. I'd like to see a little more drop on Charles's curve. Another curve, that's a better pitch.
Oh, baby.
John wanted that pitch on the outside corner. The umpire wouldn't give it to him. I think it was the right call, though. I don't think it broke till after it got by the plate. Makes it 3-2 on Hoshi, who walked in the first. Charles trying to prevent him from doing the same. Fastball, he got him.
Way to suck it up, John.
3rd strikeout of the ball game for John Charles, and that's a big one. The first batter of the 3rd inning.
Well, Charles had been giving him a steady dose of breaking balls, and then on that 3-2 pitch, he threw a fastball down and in, and Hoshi just didn't quite know what to do with it, and all he could do is flail.
Here's Jason Burns batting .480. Charles starts him off with an outside curveball. Yeah, good piece of pitching by Charles after the ball wasn't caught by the 3rd baseman Bishop. There's a fastball. Again, hit down the 3rd baseline. Bishop's going to get another chance for a foul ball. He makes the play that time. 2 away.
Good leg, John. Good leg. Come on, John.
Here's Louis Maloney,
Come on, John.
right fielder. First pitch swinging, he pops it up. Charles throwing a lot of pop-ups. Kesselring calls for it. And he had a little trouble, but he fights the wind and the sun for the 3rd out, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Charles has retired 5 in a row now. No runs on no hits. No errors here in the 3rd inning. After 2.5 innings, Mountain View with the lead 2-1. Well, Charles did a nice job that inning, Frank, of mixing up his curveballs and his fastballs.
He's pretty much relying on that curveball to get it in for strikes, and kind of showing him the fastball down and away or up high and out. I'm sorry, the fastball down and in or up high and away to get him to swing at it. But mostly it seems like his out pitch is the curveball. Seems like that's the one that he really relies on when in the crunch to get it over.
Oh, we're going to go to the bottom of the third inning. Hernandez has faced each of the Mountain View batters one time, so we go to the top of the order. For Eric Fettler, starts him off with a slow curve, down low, ball one. Eric led off the game for Mountain View, led off the Mountain View offense, that is, with a single in the first inning, chopped one over the third baseman. Glenn Mahoney on deck for the Spartans. Two and one now, the count on Fettler. Outfield pulled a little toward left and fairly deep. Looks at another pitch. I think Fettler thought that one was too low. He watched it go all the way down, and the umpire said, "Sorry, Eric, that's strike two."
Come on, Eric. Good swing, Eric. That's a good swing. Good hitter, Eric. Good hitter.
Curveball. Hits to left field, up in the air. That could be trouble for Mahey. Pats his glove once. Fights the sun, makes the play. One away. So Fettler had the count 2-0. Looked at a couple of fastballs on the outside part of the plate. Hernandez did a good job of not giving in to the leadoff batter. Got him to pop up on that pitch, a curveball. Here's Glenn Mahoney. Glenn reached on a fielder's choice and scored ahead of Adam Cleveland on that home run in the first inning. That's at least 13 runs for Glenn in this season in league play. There's a curveball outside. I thought Hernandez was going to get the call that time, but he didn't. So the umpire is giving that outside part of the plate to Hernandez on the fastballs, Frank, but he's not letting him have it for the curve.
He said that the umpire indicated he bent that one around the plate as opposed to getting it over.
Down low for ball three. So I'd imagine Mahoney, even though he comes in, well, I guess we don't have an average for him, but even though he's a number two batter, I'd imagine he's got the take sign from Lopezzo, 3-0. Fastball right down the plate, strike one. John Dietz, shortstop on deck. We're in the third inning. It's 2-1. Mountain View with a one-run lead. Fastball swung on, hit to right field. That's going to be trouble. No, right fielder was swung way around towards center. That's at least two for Mahoney. Maloney, the right fielder, comes up with the ball, throws it in the infield. Glenn Mahoney into second base with a double.
Mahoney just kind of fisted it down the right field line, and the way the Wilcox players are playing him, there's no way that they were going to get that. It was a long way for Maloney.
The center fielder is pulled on around a little toward left, and so the right fielder sees that huge hole there, so he's been pulled around. There's still a lot of room for the right-handed batter, Dietz.
Oh boy.
Dietz chops one up the middle. Mahoney goes to third. Shortstop takes a look at him, but then throws over to first. Low throw pulled out of the dirt by Hearn. Two away now.
Okay, Big Ad. Okay, Big Ad. Wait for your pitch, Adam.
That wasn't the ideal way to move the runner hitting it to shortstop, but it evidently did the job. They wanted to make sure they got the sure out at first base.
Yeah, you don't want your number three batter giving himself up, really, but I think Dietz saw the pitch he wanted, thought he could pull it. It was that off-speed curveball. And that's how the defense is playing him, moving back to that point. The defense is figuring most of these right-handed batters are going to pull the slower Hernandez. Cleveland swings at the first pitch back in the first inning. Cleveland pulled a fastball to deep left center field for a now you see or now you don't kind of baseball. And by that I mean it was a round tripper. He rode the merry-go-round. Circled the bases. That's a home run. Looks at a pitch outside. Maybe Hernandez remembered that. Wouldn't give him a fastball in his wheelhouse again. 1-1 to Cleveland. There's 2 away. Runner at third base is Glenn Mahoney. In the 3rd inning, Mountain View with a 1-run lead. Fastball, Cleveland wasn't able to swing for some reason. He kind of got crossed up. Dave Burnley on deck if Cleveland can get a base hit. Outside, 2-2.
Good eye, Adam.
Well, that center fielder, John Burns, isn't playing significantly deeper. He's pulled around a little more toward that left center field hole. Pitch in the dirt, bounces off of Sugden's chest protector.
Good eye, Adam. Okay, Adam.
Now, what do you do, Frank, if you're Joel Hernandez, the pitcher? You got a full count, 2 outs. You give this guy anything to hit?
I would give him a good look, but I wouldn't give him anything straight down the middle, given that he hit a home run last time. I'd give him something a little bit off the plate.
Well, you called it, Frank. You gave him a fastball on the outside part of the plate, tailing away from the right-handed batter. Retires the Mountain View here in the 3rd. They don't get a run, but they had to hit the double from Glenn Mahoney. We played 3 complete innings at Mountain View High School. And the score in this league championship game is still Mountain View 2, Wilcox 1.
I'll introduce you. Just go ahead and talk.
Well, I think overall Hernandez has done a pretty good job. He's got 2 strikeouts other than the home run that he gave up to Clayton. Otherwise, he seems to be doing a pretty good job. He's gotten the balls down. He's gotten the key strikeout when he needs it, and you know, he's doing a sufficient job. He's kept keeping his team in the game.
Yeah, 4 base hits through three innings given up by Hernandez. No walks, so that's just 4 base runners allowed. Yeah, not a bad outing so far. John Charles, on the other hand, has given up but 2 hits. But in addition to those 2 hits, he had 2 players that he walked, and those came back to haunt him immediately. The first 2 batters he faced in the 1st inning walked, and the first one came around to score.
Good leg, good leg.
So we're going to the top of the 4th inning. And joining you now for play-by-play is Frank Mora.
Thank you very much. Due up for the Wilcox Chargers this inning is Mahey, Smeltzer, and Hearn. Mahey hit into a 6-3 out. Well, we'll try to say that a little bit better. He had shortstop to first base in the 1st. Takes a first pitch for a strike. Next pitch by Charles. Low and outside. 1-1 the count. Charles is retired. Let's see, we have...
Is that 5 in a row, Frank?
Well, no, it's pitch foul back, strike 2.
4 in a row, I guess.
Yeah, it's 4 in a row. He's gotten 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of the last 9 batters he has retired. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball inside, struck him out.
Charles did a good job of changing speeds with that batter, particularly on that last pitch. He'd been shown in the fastball, and just as Mahey had that time, he gave him that curve, which came in at several miles per hour lower.
That's right. Up next,
had him way off balance.
First pitch to Smeltzer. Hit to shortstop. Up with the ball is Eddie. I'm sorry. I'm messing up here. I'm terribly sorry. Up with the ball is Dietz. Over to Kesserling for the out. I'm going to get these players straight here. First pitch to Hearn, in for a strike.
Good leg. Good leg. All right.
That pitch was fouled off by Hearn.
Don't let him hang around.
0-2 the count.
Yeah, Hearn struck out the first time against Charles. He's in danger of it again, Frank.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
He swings at it.
All right. Good hit.
It was a foul ball by Hearn. He went down to the dish. He almost golfed that one out of there. And